You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neil, and welcome to Disney Trivia. If you listen to our show normally week to week, you'll know that we're a weekly pub trivia style podcast, sort of a game show format. And we hope that if you are a current listener that you enjoyed us enough to check out this Disney bonus trivia. If you haven't heard our show before, today is just going to be a part one of a Disney tournament trivia game. And I'm joined here by one of our co-hosts, Matt. How's it going, Matt?
It's going good. Yeah, we didn't have March Madness to bet on with brackets this year, so we thought we'd come up with something else. It's a whole new world for us, but we're doing it, and Disney, etc.
That is correct. There is a Magic Kingdom worth of trivia, Disney trivia, so don't worry, we're not going to use any more Disney puns like that. But we will say, of all the trivia podcasts, we like to consider ourselves the eggshell-cased version of a trivia podcast. We're special. Keep us. We're going to be worth something many years down the road, hopefully.
Or they're going to lock us in the vault, either way.
Right, yeah, we could be part of the moratorium. That was actually, by the way, that was my favorite thing working at Blockbuster was when someone came up to try to get a Disney movie. I was loving where I'd go on the computer, type in the words, and have to go, "I'm sorry, ma'am, it's in the moratorium." Anyway, we're joined by four wonderful competitors who signed up to be part of this Disney tournament. And let's just introduce them so we can get right to the questions. So our first competitor is Taylor Cook. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your favorite Disney movie, and what Disney character you would be for a day if you could?
Hi, yeah. Well, I'm Taylor. I'm coming from the tropical paradise of Boston, Massachusetts right now. I'd say probably my favorite Disney movie of all time would be a Goofy movie. I think it's super underrated. And then if I had to be a character for a day, I made a last-minute change, and I decided I want to be Dodger from Oliver and Company. It just seems like he has a lot of fun.
Ooh, that's a good one. And Goofy movie, that's got a really great soundtrack.
Yeah, fantastic soundtrack. Powerline is like, I wish he was like real.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and good luck on the competition.
Thank you.
And our next competitor is one of our few listeners from the Netherlands who have been graciously kind to me and not made fun of my Dutch boy accent. And that is our friend Gaudi Daamen. How's it going, Gaudi?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, guys. So I'm Gaudi, and I'm from the Netherlands. My favorite Disney movie is probably The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good one. And a Disney character I'd like to be for one day. Either Belle or maybe Esmeralda from The Hunchback.
Ooh, solid choices there. And when you listen to or when you watch Disney movies, do you have a dubbed version with a voice from the Netherlands, or are you doing subtitles? Or I'm doing
subtitles.
Subtitles?
Yeah, I watched them. I watched a lot of them in Dutch with the dubbed voices, but I'm now watching it in just in English.
Oh, good. Because I was really curious what The Rock would sound like with a Dutch dubbing in Moana. So, but thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Our next competitor is George Raub. How's it going, George?
It's good. How are you?
Doing well. And where are you coming to us from?
I'm coming to you from sunny Tampa, Florida. Just moved here from Atlanta a couple months ago, and enjoying the Florida sun.
Wonderful. And I guess you're kind of moving to Tampa just like Tom Brady, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Totally different paycheck, though.
Well, right, exactly. But you do have a lot of rings, I hear.
Yeah, just a bit.
And what about you? What about do you have a favorite Disney movie or character you'd like to be for a day?
I think if we go with the movie, I got to kind of go way back in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Ooh, nice.
Good classic. And if I could be any character for a day, that's a good one. But always had something for Pluto. Seems to just kind of be fun and enjoys it. So
Do love Pluto.
Great answers. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for kind of giving us a little bit of that Tampa heat here. It's snowing right now here in Chicago, so it's. I'm just going to pretend that the heat's coming in.
All right.
Well, thank you. And our final competitor is Hayley Stroik. How's it going, Hayley?
It's going well.
Wonderful. And where are you from?
I'm your neighbor to the north up in Madison, Wisconsin. My favorite Disney movie, I do agree with Gaudi with The Lion King. That's always been my favorite, and I really love that one. What character I'd be? I think I'd be Minnie. She's always been my favorite. When I first went to Disney when I was in kindergarten, I just had Minnie head to toe, souvenirs and everything, so I'd be her.
Love Minnie. And I see you have a Pawnee shirt on there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yep, big fans of Parks and Rec over here. So.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. And I do want to say a very big thank you to all four of these competitors, Taylor, Gaudi, George, and Hayley. They are all Patreon supporters, which we are super appreciative of. And at least during the recording period right now, which we're in self-isolation, the support that we get from our patrons is what keeps us going. So thank you, all four of you, for being Patreon supporters. It means a lot. If you'd like to join Taylor, Gaudi, George, and Hayley, you can go to patreon.com/Triviality Podcast for some wonderful perks, posters, character boxes, stickers, things like that, and help our show continue to grow. So, Matt, how are you feeling? You ready to kind of dive into this Disney trivia?
You know it.
All right. So the rules of this Disney trivia are going to be 10 points per question. And basically, it's just going to be whoever can answer the most questions right will be the winner. The winner will move on to the final episode, which is going to be part 3, and they will face the winner of part 2. So hopefully one of these competitors will be able to eke out a win to go to the final. And if we need to do a tiebreaker, we have a tiebreaker question, but we'll see if we need that. So let's start with question 1 here. Here we go. Which Disney full-length animated feature was the last one to use a storybook as an introduction in the beginning of the movie? So which Disney full-length animated feature was the last one to use a storybook as an introduction in the beginning of the movie?
If we do video, we need to do that.
Yeah, we
Please.
should. Okay, all 4 competitors are locked in. So let's start with Taylor first. What is your answer, Taylor?
Okay. This is kind of a shot in the dark for me. Don't remember intros super well, I guess, but I seem to remember there being like a storybook at the beginning of The Princess and the Frog, and I thought maybe this was like a much later thing than you might think, because it was in a lot of the original ones. So I guessed Princess and the Frog.
Okay, Princess and the Frog from Taylor. Let's go to Gaudi.
Okay, so very wild guess, but I guess Aristocats.
Oh, Aristocats. Okay. George?
I guess, too, going along Taylor's thought of it was later than we thought, but I went with Beauty and the Beast.
All right, Beauty and the Beast. And Hayley?
I also went with Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh. All right. Well, unfortunately, no points for anyone on this one. Great guesses, but the answer is Robin Hood.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So a little bit older than we all thought.
Question 2. Bill Sykes is the main antagonist in this 1980s Disney animated film, which, despite its source material, doesn't have a twist ending.
Okay. Let's start with Taylor.
I remember kind of vividly the sad kind of guy who lives in the tugboat begging Sykes to stop choking him through the window of the car in Oliver and Company.
Okay. And Gaudi?
It's Oliver and Company.
George?
Oliver and Company.
And Hayley?
Oliver and Company.
All the company gets points on that round. Great job, guys.
All right. Everyone is at 10. Let's go to question 3. This actor was originally up for the role of Timon, but wouldn't make his Disney debut until 5 years later, where he began honing his animated sidekick skills. All right. Let's start with Taylor.
So I was really struggling with this, trying to do the mental math and like what movies came out what year. But I think this might be Danny DeVito, who played Phil in Hercules.
Okay. Gaudi?
So, because I had no other answer ready, I answered Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Always a good answer. George?
I did the math trying to figure out the movies too. I think this was Mulan and Eddie Murphy.
Okay, and Hayley?
I also went with Danny DeVito from Hercules.
All right. Well, we love Danny DeVito and Hercules. Great performance. George is the only one getting points. It was Eddie Murphy from Mulan.
Good poll.
All right. Take it, Matt.
All right. Moving on to number 4. Christy Carlson Romano managed to star in 2 separate Disney Channel original shows. Name either of them. All right. So all the answers are locked in. So we're going to start with Taylor. What did you have?
So we only have to name one of them, right?
Correct.
All right. So my official answer is, because I know she played Ren in Even Stevens, but I think she voiced Kim Possible as well. So I could be wrong. But so I'm saying Even Stevens officially, though.
Okay. And Gaudi, did you have an answer?
No, don't have anything.
Okay. George?
Nope, I don't have anything either.
Oh, and Hayley.
I did go with Kim Possible. I definitely know that she voiced her, so Kim Possible.
Well, the 2 answers were Even Stevens and Kim Possible.
Wow.
All right. So it's points for Taylor and Hayley on that one. All right. Okay. Question 5. Prior to the release of Toy Story, the company that produces this iconic toy was almost out of business. But after being featured in the movie, sales jumped 20%, saving the company.
I'll lock in.
Yeah, locked in.
All right. Taylor, what do you have?
I'm going to guess Mr. Potato Head.
All right. Gaudi?
Yeah, same, Mr. Potato Head.
George?
Went with Slinky.
Okay. And Hayley?
I also went with Mr. Potato Head.
Great guesses there with Mr. Potato Head and Slinky. But if you remember in the film, they used an Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch. That was my second guess.
So that is the correct answer. After 5 questions, looks like Taylor has 20, Gaudi has 10, George has 20, and Hayley has 20. So very close, very close.
All right. Question 6. What are the names of Cinderella's stepsisters, one of which shares her name with an animated movie from a rival company?
All right, we got 2 locked in here. Matt, you don't have any evil stepsisters, do you?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
She listens to the show, so just kidding, Melanie.
Shout out to Melanie. Hashtag not a evil stepsister.
All right, so all the answers are locked in. Taylor, what did you have?
I'll guess Anastasia and Helga. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. All right, Gaudi?
I got Estrella and Merida.
Okay. George?
With Anastasia and Drizella.
All right, and Hayley?
I also went with Anastasia and Drizella.
All right, well, your answers are Anastasia and Drizella, so getting points for George and Hayley. Good job.
Great job. Drizella sounds like something like Snoop Dogg would say, like a nickname like Drizella. I don't know why, but moving on. All right, now number 7. What is the name of the actress who portrayed Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast and is well remembered for the ballad she sang in the film? All right, so let's start with Taylor.
Because I can't remember this, I'm just going to say Cher.
Cher. Okay.
Okay, it's the wrong answer, but I got Julie Andrews.
All right. Classic Julie Andrews. George?
With Angela Lansbury.
Okay. And
right.
Haley.
Yes.
Angela Lansbury.
All right. As Matt texted me, she sang, she didn't write, or she wrote. Anyway, you get the clue. But Angela Lansbury is correct. Question
8. In the most literal instance of shoplifting, what did Abu and Aladdin take from the marketplace?
And for any doubters there, Abu and Aladdin are stars of the film Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh, that clears it up.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone is locked in.
All right. So everyone's locked in. Taylor, what did you have?
So I was jumping back and forth because I thought it was something food. So I was jumping back and forth between bread or an apple, but I went with bread.
Okay. Gaudi, what did you have?
I said bread as well.
All right. George?
I went with apples.
And Hayley?
It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. I don't know how they came to have this, but I thought it might be the magic carpet.
All right. Well, the answer was a loaf of bread. So Brett getting points.
All right. So Taylor and Gaudi are going to get 10 points for that question. All right. Number 9. This one's pretty simple. I just want to know, what is the motto of Monsters, Inc.? All right. Everyone is locked in. Let's start with Taylor.
So I don't remember this, but I thought maybe they'd want to be on brand with some political commentary at the time and say "No child left unscared."
All right. That's a good motto. Gaudi?
Scare all the children.
Okay. That's what we all try to strive to do.
Very, very literal.
Yes, right. George?
We scare because we care.
All right. And Hayley?
I went with "In Screams We Trust."
Ooh, in Screams We Trust. I like that too. But George's the only one who picked up on it. It is "We scare because we care."
Nice.
So great job.
Question 10. In Jack Skellington's song, What's This?, he notices that kids are throwing snowballs instead of throwing this object.
The film in reference here is always kind of fun, especially in trivia, because people always misattribute who the director is. Matt, we always get that question.
Right, because the director is obviously Tim Burton.
Yeah, right.
Jokes, it's not.
Right, just for those keeping score at home, it's Henry Selick is the director of this film.
Okay, so everyone is locked in. So we'll start with Taylor. What did you have?
They're busy throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads. So I went with heads.
And Gaudi.
I had skulls instead of heads. But...
And George, did you have an answer?
I don't have anything.
All right. Anything from Hayley?
Nope, not a thing.
So the answer is heads, and I don't think I'm going to take skulls because the lyric in the song is heads, unfortunately.
That's okay.
But so
I'll
close.
take my loss.
So close.
No, that was very close. And I think if it wasn't a lyric, if it was maybe a line of dialogue, I think it'd be one thing. But
yeah, because skulls doesn't rhyme with dead, which I think is then the subsequent line. So
exactly.
Yeah. Nobody is, or no one
absolutely
is dead.
no one's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. So going into the final 5 questions here, Gaudi currently is in 4th place with 20 points. Hayley is in tied for 2nd place with 40 points with Taylor. And in 1st place currently is George with 50 points. So
ooh, close game.
Very close. All right. Number 11. Voicing Zazu in the animated version of The Lion King, what actor is best known for his mostly silent role as Mr. Bean?
Locked in.
Okay. Taylor, what do you got?
That would be Rowan Atkinson.
All right. Gaudi?
Rowan Atkinson.
George?
Rowan Atkinson.
And Hayley?
Rowan Atkinson.
Yes, it is Rowan Atkinson. Great. And now voiced by John Oliver. So, all right.
How fun. Question
do Mr. Bean now too.
Actually, you're right. That'd be very meta. Yeah, he just goes backwards and does the TV roles as well. Yep.
That'd be amazing. Question 12. Despite being critically well received, even being nominated for Best Animated Feature Film, which Disney film was ultimately a big failure, losing both Best Animated Feature to Spirited Away and money in the box office?
I can lock in with the guess.
All right, all the answers are in, so let's start with Taylor. What did you have?
I'm having a hard time because I've seen like 0 Studio Ghibli movies for some reason, and I don't know when that movie came out, so it's hard to try to track that. So I just went with The Incredibles.
Okay, and Gaudi, did you have an answer?
I did have an answer, and I'm definitely, it's probably not correct. I had The Lion King.
Okay, and George?
Yeah, I couldn't pick a year, so I just went with Moana.
All right, and Hayley?
So I went with a movie that I know was really, really good, but it's really underrated in terms of Disney movies. I went with Atlantis.
Oh, so kind of close with Atlantis. Unfortunately, no points there. The answer is Treasure Planet.
Wow.
The deep pull on Treasure Planet.
Wow, for all those Treasure Planet heads out there, if that's what they're called. I don't know.
Is that 05?
Treasure
Yeah,
Planet
early 2000s.
was 2002.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Treasure Planet 2002 starred Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Martin Short, Emma Thompson, amongst others. All right, we're going to stay a little bit into the Academy Award area here for the next question, number 13. Disney and Disney/Pixar have been on quite the roll, winning 10 out of the last 11 Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature. What Gore Verbinski directed film won in 2011, the only year in which Disney did not have a film nominated? And how about I throw a hint in there, Matt? Do you mind?
I don't.
Okay, and just for the record, it is a one-word titled animated film.
I'll lock in with a guess.
All right, let's start with Taylor.
I just guessed Rio.
Okay, Gaudi?
So I guessed Up.
Up, all right. George?
Frankenweenie.
Okay, and Hayley?
I guessed Rango.
All right, all great films guessed here, but only one person is going to be getting points, and that would be the Western-inspired Rango. So, Hayley, 10 points there.
Is that the one with the
guess.
chameleon?
That is the one with the
it had
chameleon.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp in it, I think.
Mhm. All right, question 14. As the genie said, you can't go wishing for more wishes. So Aladdin only got 3. What were the 3 wishes that the genie granted Aladdin? Now, if I remember correctly, he almost used one at the beginning, right? But he tricks the genie into getting him out of there without using a wish. Is that how that goes?
I'm trying to remember, honestly. I'm thinking of the Will Smith version that I saw recently.
Why?
Well, I haven't seen the animated one in a while, so... it was really weird. The Will Smith one, he was the genie. He was let out of the lamp from West Philadelphia, and then he moved to Bel Air, and then he had a family. So it was kind of a weird Aladdin adaptation, I thought.
Yeah. And then he had to fight a younger version of himself.
Exactly, and then he was alone in a giant city with a dog, and there were zombies. It was very confusing.
These are all like the worst Will Smith movies.
Oh, and then an alien popped up, and he punched it in the face, and he said, "Welcome to Agrabah."
Exactly.
Is that the name of the city in Aladdin? I don't know.
Yes.
This is a tough one. So, Matt, if a genie came to you, but you only got one wish, what would that wish be?
One wish?
Yeah.
Probably to get rid of coronavirus right now.
It's a good wish. Very topical.
I would be help the people out.
Well, if I don't have the exact same answer, then I look like the idiot. So I'm also going to say the coronavirus ends.
Well, it's a wasted wish because I already got rid of it.
Oh, true.
Now you're free to wish for that NSYNC reunion you've been asking for.
Just think about it, though. If NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera all had a concert tour, it would end the world. There'd be tickets just sold all over the place.
All right. Everyone is locked in. Taylor, what were those wishes?
I'm probably super off because I haven't seen this in a really long time. I guessed that he wanted to be a prince. He wanted him to leave him alone, and freedom. The genie's freedom, that is. I don't know if those are even correct.
Okay. And Gaudi?
I got only 2. I got he wants to become a prince and he wants to free the genie.
Okay. George?
I've got 3, but I think the first one is the decoy wish. He wants to get out of the cave, become a prince, and then free the genie.
All right. And Hayley?
I only had 2. I had that he wanted to be the prince, and then he wanted to free the genie.
So those 2 are correct, but there was also a scene where he was drowning, and I forget what it was in, but he did wish for the genie to save him. And so that was the 3rd wish, to save him from drowning.
Okay.
Yeah, and for anyone listening who says too much NSYNC, Britney Spears talk, they were all in the Mickey Mouse Club, so it's all canon here, folks.
Good one.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just everyone here right now is very lucky that I could have written so many Mickey Mouse Club questions, but I didn't. Okay. All right, so we're at question 15. So this is going to be for all the marbles here, and let's see what happens. So our question 15 is, Big Hero 6 takes place in what portmanteau city, home to its titular heroes?
Locked in.
Okay, Taylor, what do you have?
I think that's San Francisco.
All right, Gaudi?
Well, I actually don't have an answer because I haven't seen this movie. But let's say Cartoonopolis.
Ooh, I like that. Cartoonopolis, very good. George, what do you have?
San Francisco.
And Hayley.
San Francisco.
And the answer is San Francisco. Okay, so our scores currently Gaudi has 30 points. Taylor has 60 points. And we have a tie for first currently with 70 points between George and Hayley.
Oh, no. So what happens now?
Okay, so we'll do a tiebreaker question. Okay, this one's going to be kind of hard, but this is the tiebreaker question. George and Hayley, you guys ready?
Sure, why not?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Sebastian from The Little Mermaid has a full 5-word name. Whoever can name the most words in his full name will be the winner. If you name them all, we'll move on to another tiebreaker, but I'm looking for the full name that Sebastian has in The Little Mermaid. And for the purposes of this being a tiebreaker, you can do them out of order if need be, but I just need as many of the 5 names in his full name that you can give me.
I'll lock in.
All right, George is locked in.
I'll lock in as well.
All right, George, what do you have?
Sebastian, Ignatius, and Horatio.
Okay. And Hayley?
Yeah, I've seen The Little Mermaid once, and it was about 10 years ago, so I just went with Sebastian and Louis.
Sebastian and Louis. All right. Well, the full name is Horatio, Thelonious, Ignatius, Crustaceous, Sebastian. And with 3 out of the 5 names, George, you are the winner of part 1 of Disney Trivia.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Good job,
Good game.
Yes.
All right,
Good
George.
job.
Yeah, great job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a little bit quicker than our normal format, but this was a lot of fun. I really appreciate all of you signing up and being Patreon supporters, most importantly as well, for supporting the show. But let's just go down the line and thank everyone before we move on to part 2. Taylor, thank you very much for joining us. Any final words or Disney facts you'd like to throw at us before you leave?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I just wanted to say thanks a lot. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to be kicking myself for getting a few of those wrong. but no, I don't have any Disney facts that I can think of off the top of my head right now. But
Nope.
Thanks a lot. It was a lot of fun, guys.
Yes, thank you. And we enjoy the new mustache that you're rocking there. So thanks for sharing that with us.
It's my corn stash.
Yeah, there you go. Gaudi, thank you very much for joining us from the Netherlands. We know it's pretty late over there. Any final words? And how about your favorite Disney dog in any movie?
My favorite Disney dog. Oh, wow. Gee, that's a hard one. The dog in Pocahontas. I don't know what the name is. I forgot the name. The little pug.
That's a good one. Any final words from you?
Yeah, I'll go with the Lion King's motto, Hakuna Matata.
Hey, there you go. And the pug in Pocahontas is Percy.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, thank you very much, Gaudi, for joining us. And Hayley, you almost eked out a win there. You went to the tiebreaker. Thank you very much for joining us. And how about your favorite Disney live-action movie with your final words?
Easily Mary Poppins. Love that movie.
Good answer. Well, yes, thank you. And finally, George, great job here with the win. We will see you back in part 3 for a one-on-one competition. Any final words from you?
No, this was just a lot of fun. It's a great chance to get to play, and looking forward to the next round.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone, once again for joining us for Disney Trivia. If this is your first time listening to the show, this is a little bit different than our normal format. We have normal 1-hour weekly episodes you can check out every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this Disney Trivia, and will join us for part 2 and part 3. For Matt, my co-host, Jeff and Ken, who are not here, and Taylor, Gaudi, Hayley, and George, my name is Neil, and that was Triviality.